Hey everybody, today I'm going to review the movie Elephant by Gus Van Sant. He's the director. Alright, so this movie, I'm just going to throw it out there. It's about a school shooting, and it takes like a snippet of the day of the life of the kid, I guess the kids at the school, and I'd say like the chronology of the film is about 25 minutes, I would say. And it's the same 25 minutes played over through all these different people's perspectives. So the the concept of the film is really it's a really interesting concept. I don't think it's been done very often in like mainstream film, like Hollywood films. So a lot of things about this movie fall outside of what is normally seen as acceptable in filmmaking. So there's like really long tracking shots, for example, throughout this film. There's dialogue that it doesn't really like add to the storyline or really provide the viewer with anything that would build in the story aside from just kind of presenting these these people's lives. The realism I feel is achieved in the film. So now I'm getting into my opinion on the film. I feel that the film does a good job presenting what it's supposed to present. I think Gus Van Sant, it seemed as though like if this was his like what his vision for the film was, like it seemed as though this was a vision that he achieved. It didn't seem as though the movie ultimately failed to achieve something that you could have thought that he was trying to go for. He actually got what he wanted to get. I think he presented it well. This movie's less about the school shooting and more about just these people's lives and just taking a 25-minute cross-section of somebody's life. So I think like that was portrayed really well. As far as a rating for this film, I think I'd probably give this film a 9 out of 10 because it worked really well. He even employed a little bit of slow motion effects and just he did a lot of camera angle, like a lot of really cool tracking shots where he would have had to choreograph these actors like walking down like hallways like more than once and then tracking them and having them exchange the exact same conversations and everything. And I think that worked really well too because there's like there's one scene where he would have had to have taken at least 3 different tracking shots of the exact same scene, and then throughout the film there like you see from each one of the 3 people involved in the scene. So I think that kind of stuff is to filmmaking. I think technically that's like interesting to a filmmaker just to see how somebody achieved that, and he achieved it well. What else did I like about this movie? I liked a lot of things. I thought that the kid, all the acting was amateur. I understand, or I don't know. I've never heard of any of these people. Yeah, it looked very amateur, but at the same time, it felt really good. Some of these people in this movie worked really good. They fit the role. I felt as though these were people that they looked a lot like people from my high school. They were completely convincing. I'd say there's 1 or 2 characters that like the acting was actually like if the acting was good, it was good. If the acting was bad, it was god awful. Like there was like this one kid who was a lifeguard. He was just terrible. Like the first scene, it's a long tracking shot of him for about 5 minutes, I'd say. Then he like walks up to his girlfriend. He starts talking like, oh, he just doesn't sound like he's on the ball. Like I guess it was all one take, and logistically, it may have been impossible, or it may have been like too much work to just have him walk. Because there's like little to no editing, right? So just to have him walk and do the 10-minute take all over again. You're just like, oh, I guess he probably just was like, oh, whatever, we're gonna have to go with this anyways. a couple other things, like the few criticisms I do have is like some of the stuff about like the portrayal of high school life I thought was like kind of unbelievable, or maybe from the perspective of somebody who's like much older than a high school student. So like there's a scene where a couple of teenage girls, like they're all kind of making reference to their eating disorder, and then they all go into the bathroom and vomit together. I don't know. When I took psychology in college, we kind of learned that's not how it works. It's a lot more private and individual than that. I don't know. That's just one thing I just have like, oh, that's a weird look at that. I didn't see that coming. That was weird. I don't know. Other than that, the movie's very good. I recommend it. It's a nice little high school film. Some people are into watching movies about high school, so don't bother watching High School Musical. Watch this. See you guys later.